Marbles is brought to you by all of our lovely patrons over at patreon.com/LFGX. There you can get a discount on merchandise, you can get access to the back catalog of videos, and you can just be supporting this. Of course, we're also brought to you by our friends over at Spilled Coffee Workshop. SpilledCoffeeWorkshop.com is where you can get some fantastic handmade acrylic goods from some of Diamond Club's own. Let's start the show!
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. This is the main event of the evening. The moment you've all been waiting for. It's time! Introducing your host, Bryce, the Marble Machine, Castillo.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Marbles Season 5, Week 2. We're back at it, doing the whole dang thing. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Bryce Castillo, your host, navigator, bringing you in and out of the marbles all night long. We're about to do 16 fantastic races of some of the best fun, free competition you can find on the internet. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a good race coming up. Let's get loaded into the map. Why don't we? Hello, everybody. We are getting started with our first race of the evening. We're here on Voz Lab. I'm going to give you a 2-minute timer. Let me explain how this works. All you got to do is type !play in the chat to join this race. It's fun, it's free, it's so easy, and you don't have to do anything other than that. Just, if you're in the chat already, type !play, go do it. Of course, keep an eye out on the chat for this chat message or this sounder. That will tell you when it's time to type !play. Of course, you're going to have to do it every race this evening. This night? It's night. This is the night. This is a night. That was another song we were listening to earlier. Hello, everybody. You got a minute 30 to join us here. If you're joining us for the very first time, welcome to Marbles. This is a marble racing league. We play for points. Here's how the points. We give out points for the top 10 racers, plus the last place racer gets an extra point, even if it's in the top 10. So that's up to 13 points available, down to 1 point for 10. On top of that, we also give out some records for beating local and global records. We don't do global records we don't do local records on community levels, but these are some big points. Of course, we also give out bonus points, especially for if you're the only person to finish or the only person not to finish a level, and other various things. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Marbles. Another 30 seconds here. We're getting started on our first track today on Voz Lab. This is a relatively new track. It's got a lot of arbitrary elements to it. You can see some of those mechanical arms. Those have a lot of interesting things. You can see an Erlenmeyer flask being tipped over that mini funnel. We've got a Bunsen burner here that's actually slowing our racers down, and then they go into a little test tube thing. All right, well, we're going to get started in 10 seconds. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here. We've got 39 racers registered for our first race this evening on Voz Lab, and they are off in now. 39 racers are getting heated up in this element, but this flask has got to be dumped out. Let's find out how it goes in the first funnel here. Our racers are off. We're 13 seconds into this first race this evening. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, our racers are out into the funnel, getting started here. Scoop Shooter leading on that side. Looks like ICU on the other side as our racers go through the crazy straws here. 30 seconds into the Voz Lab. Our racers are going to end up on this chevron here, and they must make their way down to the center to actually get started on the level. It looks like it'll be ICU, Scoop Shooter, Theater Monkey, and a bunch of other racers here getting started in our first race this evening. Oh, no! A lot of our racers did not like the heat. Keep an eye on the right side of your screen for the DNFs. Rip in peace to all of our DNF friends. Jump into the front of the pack here. Sailman and Night Attack neck and neck. going a minute into Voss Lab as the Sailman leads ahead of Scoop Lindsay's local ghost Manaberry in the mix as well. Sailman going on the left side here into another chevron, trying to lose that centrifugal force and get into the hole, but it's going to be Waylaid X, followed by the Sailman ahead of Scoop Lindsay, Manaberry, and Pella DLR. Some of your front runners here, Manderson and Night Attack Interesting are in the mix as well as Don't Panic VU, and a bunch of other racers here. 39 still in this race. Waylaid X is leading. Minute 30, going through another Bunsen burner. Waylaid X seems, yes, does land it. Sailman, though, falls off the track, so does Paolo DLR. Manaberry catching up with Waylaid and is going to get shot out a little bit faster, taking first place. 28 racers left in this race, a minute 45 on the clock so far. Manaberry going up the elevator to one more Bunsen burner. Ooh, Manaberry getting stuck on the outside of the elevator. Got to get out of there. Night Attack coming to catch up. So is Waylaid X and Gitpulls, Xander, Ryder, Dralis, and Manderson. Some of the front runners here. Manaberry catching up, but does not keep it. Falls off the track. Night Attack going into another fast double protected Steve just behind Scoop Lindsay's local ghost, but Night Attack takes the win tonight. Daddy cool. Right, we've got, oops, that's not the right button. All right, you got a minute. You got 3/4 of a minute now, 43 seconds on that big red clock before our racers start to get DQ'd. Our top 10 are still making their way in. It looks like Bobcat's taking that last 10th place point. We're going to keep an eye out for the last place racer. There's Kinlan getting culled by the Stephen Heck line. It looks like the Buck and Spiral Shape are trying to secure that last place point. There's a 1 point in it, and 1 point is nothing to scoff at. 20 seconds for Spiral Shape to make it through the fast double protected Steve and get that last place point. And will they do it? Spiral Shape not making it on the first hit, dodging the second hit. Still no second hit just yet. Spiral Shape, oh no, and a bad sign for that second hit. 5 seconds, and there we go. Congratulations go to Night Attack, Gitpulls, Xander, and Ride Hydralis, your podium here on Voss Lab with a time of 2 minutes 4 seconds. Night Attack does not beat the local record. Top 10 include Gitpulls, Xander, and Ride Hydralis second and third. Top 10 rounded out by Princess Dagger 17, leading Ledwin, Jake Schneider, ICU, Don't Panic VU, Gray Malkin 13, and Bobcat in 10th. Oh, my stuff's acting all fucky today. 14th place, Malvinius is going to get that last place point. Congratulations to Malvinius. Yes, let me know how rigged it is. I did rig it. I have the capacity to do that. I definitely don't have the capacity to hear anybody today, though, because, oh, my stuff's not working. All right, let's load up another track. Save our datums, load up another track. Why don't we? Is there any music playing? Do we even know? All right, everybody. You can load into the game now. Oh, this receiver's not good. Oh, this receiver doesn't like me. Okay. All right, you've got 2 minutes to join us here in our second race of the evening. It's Marbles Diner. It's a classic. Exclamation mark plays which one type in chat. Get a marble with your name on it. All I gotta do is type exclamation mark play in the chat just like that. You're not gonna get DM'd or bugged. Just type exclamation mark play in the chat. Get a marble with your name on it. Minute 43 now to join us in this race. Hello, everybody. I see you was mentioning this in the chat before we got started today. You may have seen, if you keep up with fast casual food news, was that the lunatics over at the Mountain Dew Corporation, over at Yum Brands, they are really popping off. They announced that they will be making Baja Blast hot sauce. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Baja Blast hot sauce. They've said it's a lime flavored, because that's what Baja Blast is. It's just lime. It's just a lime Mountain Dew, and it's great. It's the best flavor. It's the best soda flavor. There's a reason I buy like $100 of it in the summer. But the weird thing about it, which really tells you how unserious they are about it, and this is to say serious about an advertisement, is that you can't buy it. They are only giving them away. You go to the website to sign up, but you cannot buy it. You won't be able to buy it. They're only going to make, I don't know, 100, 500, who gives a shit? And they're just going to give them out to people. But they don't have to make it. They don't have to sell it. They won't sell it. It's interesting. Because I guess that is just marketing. You can do that. All right, well, we got 40 racers ready to market their mark on the track. 5 seconds to get started in Marbles Diner. 40 racers are off on the Marbles Diner, making their way through the initial Plinko. And it looks like Skip Lives will be first off the block, followed by Crisco and Manaberry leading the pack as our racers have gotten started here on Marbles Diner. Tom Chain leading on Manaberry ahead of Max Powers, Local Ghost Radius, Skip Lives, and Night Attack in the front pack. Judy Bootybot, Nemiko, and the Ben Franklin. Nemiko and Ben Franklin trading positions there. The Buck, FLS Carnage, Ledwin, and Hando. As we look at the back of the pack here, we've got Gitpull, Xander, Bobcat, and Waylaid X. Some of your back pack. We go up to the top now for Tom Chain. Whoa! Did they speed this track up? They must have. Because nobody goes... Oh, well, no, never mind. You do slow down a lot right here where Tom Chain is at. We've got the Buck and ICU making their way past the Diner, Rida Dralis, Musical Chemist Darlink, and Judy Bootybot as Tom Chain makes his way down the stairs on Marbles Diner. 1 minute elapsed so far. Going into the little disco time, and it fits the song too. Just kind of a cool disco-y sort of almost retro kind of dance music. Tom Chain is leading now over the Buck, well behind, only now in the disco. Third place ICU, in fourth place, well behind is Skip Lives, Darlink, and Rida Dralis fighting for that fourth place spot. We go up to Tom Chain, who's sneaky taking their way up to the last section. Tom Chain now picking a side. Usually our racers end up on the left side there. Yeah, it's a little bit longer on this side. Tom Chain going through the mini funnel now. Coming up to the copy left here after this dogleg right and dogleg left. It's a copy right, or is it the copy left? No one is quite sure. 1:45 elapsed so far. Tom Chain getting stopped. There's Max Powers, Local Ghost. Let's see what happens with Tom Chain. Second place is ICU, who's only now making it into the mini funnel. Third place after the Buck. Tom Chain still in this copy left. Only a real slow escape velocity here. 2 minutes on the clock for Marbles Diner. The Buck and ICU getting out of the copy left a lot faster. Catching up on Tom Chain super fast. 2:05 as Tom Chain makes it to the final stretch. Just ahead of the Ferris wheel here. Let's see if Tom can make it through in oneer. Let's see. Ooh, yes, there we go. Tom Chain is going to take the win on Marbles Diner, our second race this evening. We're looking for the top 10 with 1:30 on the big red clock here. Look at how far that pack is. 1:20. There's going to be a lot of... I think we'll have plenty of racers. There's ICU and the Buck on the podium. Waiting for 4 through 10. Going to be another 30 seconds. 2:30 on the clock so far. 1:12 on the big red clock. That's your time to bring it home. Let's take a look here. We got Rida Dralis and Darlink trading blows, but it's going to be Rida Dralis to take fourth place. Darlink in the Ferris wheel comes down for fifth. Judy Bootybot, Skip Lives, and Max Power all scoot through that like it's nothing. Vuff and Mad Scientist Kel take the top 10 on Marbles Diner. 48 seconds left as the Stephen Heck line comes to John Culling. All of our racers who do not finish in time. 42 seconds, and we've got Paolo DLR leading the back of the pack here. The rear of the pack. With 3:11 so far. We're zooming out just a little bit here. We still got a lot of racers. Captain Jack, FLS Carnage, Sergeant Sunday, Gitpull, Xander, Waylaid, and Hando, who are all trying to finish and maybe get that last place point. Sergeant Sunday, FLS Carnage, and Paolo all just trying to make it into the Ferris wheel. FLS Carnage makes it through. Sergeant Sunday makes it through. 12 seconds. Paolo makes it through. Captain Jack makes it through with less than 10 seconds on the clock. There we go. Oh. Congratulations go to Tom Chain, ICU, and the Buck. Your podium here on race 2 this evening here on Marbles Diner. Top 10 rounded out by Ryda Dralis in 4th place, leading Darlink, Judy Bootybot, Skip Saves, Max Power 683, Vuff, and in 10th place, Mad Scientist Kel, getting that 10th place point. We're scrolling through, and Franker Z's 39 out of 40 racers finish, and that's a bonus points for Gray Malkin, who's going to get an only DNF point for being our only racer who did not finish. Congrats to Gray. For that, you're going to get an extra point in our league. There we go. Data saved. Let's load up another track. Why don't we?
And it goes a little something like this.
There we go. All right, we are in our next race. It's called Off the Rails! Exclamation mark players. Which one to type in the chat? Get a marble with your name on it. Exclamation mark plays what you type in the chat. Get a marble with your name on it. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It is. No, don't do that. All of my buttons are weird. I moved all my buttons around, and now my muscle memory is weird. All right, 2 minutes on the clock, and join us here in our third race this evening. It's called Off the Rails. We got another 31 minutes in this half. We got 45 minutes halves. Hello, everybody. If you're just joining us, this is your first time here. You know, you can see the skins on the left and right side of your image. You see under everyone and under subscriber. If you're here with us live, you can use exclamation mark play 1 through 7 to get any of the skins that you see on the left. 8 through 12 to use one of those subscriber skins. Only if you're a subscriber here on twitch.tv/Night Attack. A minute 30 to join us here on Off the Rails. I want to give some shout outs first off. I want to thank everyone who supports us over here on Twitch, including Gitbull Xander, 35 months, thank you so much. Spiral Shape, 47 months, thank you so much. Max Power, 46 months, thank you so much. ICU, 67 months, thank you so much. Gambling Man, 65 months, thank you so much. We also had Dr. Chiron earlier today, 635 months. Thank you so much. If you didn't see it, we had Weird Things on Friday. That was today. Some others from earlier this week, Curtis LaRock and Alex Perth, G. James, X Modem, and the Spooky Ghostly joining us here in the Diamond Club. It's the Diamond Club. Another 45 seconds here. By the way, thank you to everyone who supports us over on Patreon, patreon.com/LFGX. Keeping this thing going. I'm working on some new stuff, some automation stuff to figure out some stuff. They kicked me out of Twitter. They deleted that. They don't let me use the app that I used to tweet anymore, so I don't know how much I'm going to be tweeting anymore. I normally, it's been a running gag, oh, he forgot to tweet about the race, but they got rid of Tweetbot, which I love using, and I don't want to use the shitty Twitter app. But here's an app that you can use. It's called Off the Rails. It's the map that we're about to do in 5 seconds with 40 racers in 3, 2, and they are off the rails here on our our third race today. Goodness gracious. All right, folks. Our racers are off. They're Sheringham's local ghost, trying to be caught up with Gray, Malkin, Ledwin, and Kinlan as the rest of our racers get off the block here on Off the Rails. Thank you for joining me here on a Friday. Our racers are plinkoing their way through here. Night Attack and Crisco in the rear as our racers are off the rails here. This is a rail-centric level for a good bit of it. But let's see, here we go. Miravina, Kinlan, Sergeant Sunday. I see the Ben Franklin, Sergeant Sunday, Malvinius, Ledwin, Sergeant Sunday, and Kinlan and Sergeant Sunday are some of your front runners now on Off the Rails. Miravina leading as the crow flies. Sergeant Sunday, Don't Panic for You, Gitbull, Xander, Ledwin, and the Ben Franklin are all trying to catch up with Miravina, who's trying to keep up with Sheringham 9's local ghost here. A minute on the clock so far and Off the Rails. Miravina making it into a semi-protected slow Steve. Oh, getting slowed down for Miravina. We go up to Sergeant Sunday and Don't Panic VU, who are neck and neck as Don't Panic VU goes well on the outside. Let's see if that counts as an overtake. No, gonna go a little too far, missing the escape of velocity. Sergeant Sunday looking to go a little wide on the right side there, get a bongo back, and not make it to the final stretch there. Miravina back in the mix, was on the avenue for a second, didn't quite make it. Tom Chain is looking to make it into the final stretch here. Sergeant Sunday on his neck. It's going to be Tom Chain just ahead of Sergeant Sunday and ICU. Your podium on off the rails. 55 seconds on that big red clock as the top 10 come in with your LFGX title sponsor, Jake Schneider, in 10th place. 45 seconds now on that big red clock here. We're going to go to the back of the pack, find who's going to get those last place points. Is it going to be Princess Dagger? Is it going to be FLS Carnage? Is it going to be that Punk or Vuff or Hando or Spiral Shape? It probably won't be Spiral Shape. Spiral Shape making it through into the final stretch. There's Vuff and FLS Carnage. That Punk one going backwards, which is not recommended. Princess Dagger getting that escape velocity now. The Buck one. That Punk one, excuse me, bongoing back into the plane. 20 seconds now for Hando and Punk. Hando getting the escape velocity into the avenue out. So does that Punk one. Let's see, will they make it through the Congo Bongos? With only 11 seconds left on the clock, that Punk one brings it home! Congratulations go to Tom Chain, Sergeant Sunday, and ICU. These are your winners here on Off the Rails. Top 10 rounded out by Miravina in 4th place, leading Kinlan, Malvinius, Don't Panic, VU, Red Hat Jesse, Waylaid X, and Jake Schneider in 10th place. Scrolling through all our racers here, we had 40 racers enter, and only 30 of them finished. It's going to be that Punk one, taking our last place point. Congratulations, everyone. Gotta get some Franker Z's in the chat for our fallen friends. DNF does stand for does need Franker Z's. When you see a DNF, you do need to give the Franker Z's. Let's load up another track. Why don't we? All right, we are loaded.
I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left, 'cause I've been blasting and laughing so long.
All right, we are loaded up into our next race today. It's race 4, Enemy at the Gates. You got 2 minutes to join us. Exclamation mark play is what you're going to type in the chat. Get a marble with your name on it. I would love to hear my program.
And where you're walking, or you and your homies might be lying and chalk. I really hate the trip, but I gotta low. As they croak, I see myself in the pistol smoke.
My goodness, okay.
I'm the kind of G that little homies.
I need to get a new wireless pack system or something. I did it again. A minute 30 now. Join us here at Enemy at the Gates. All right, a minute 20. Join us. Exclamation mark plays what you want to type in chat. Marble, get your name on it. Hey, Marble, get your name on it. Miravina, don't worry about it.
I can't live a normal life. I was raised by the state, so I gotta be down with the hood team.
Tell everybody 1 minute to join us here at Enemy at the Gates.
I'm an educated fool with money on my mind. Got my 10 in my hand and a gleam in my eye. I'm a loped out gangster.
We just have 1 minute left. Exclamation mark plays what you're typing in chat. Marble, get a name on it. Marble, get a name on it. This happened to me during Great Night last night. Or on Tuesday. Oh my god. I'm starting to my marbles crutch. the phrases that I say all the time in marbles. They're just invading my speaking. They're invading my speaking on the it was on the podcast. I was on Great Night where I think I even mentioned it, but I was saying get a marble with your name on it. Get a marble with your name on it. It's gonna be something I never forget. All right, race 4 starts in 5 seconds here. Enemy at the Gates, beginning with 39 racers and 1 seconds, and they are off. 39 racers are starting on the Enemy at the Gates. Enemy at the Gates is one of the more recent refreshed levels here. This one's got some awkwardness here, as these transitional points actually create gaps where our racers can fall through, which I think is not exactly sporting. Ledwin Crisco leading with Mad Scientist Callan Dan 33 on the Donner in the mix as they go through that tunnel of hurl. Oh, whoa. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. There we go. Crisco on the Donner and Ledwin. Followed by Judy Booty Back, Gradius, Manaberry, Captain Jack Darlink, Mad Scientist Kel, and Tom Chain. On the Donner and Crisco have both fallen off the track here. Mechaholic in the back also. Malvinius and Sergeant Sunday pulling at the rear as Gradius, Manaberry, and Captain Jack are now right at front. Right at front here at Enemy the Gates. Gradius and Manaberry going now into these Infinity sections here. Let's see what they do with it. A lot of other racers falling off, including Night Attack. Oh my goodness, our racers have 1 minute elapsed so far, and we've already DNF'd a good 16, 17 racers, if not more. There's ICNB Coford also. Pick 1000's Local Ghost is going through just ahead of Gradius, Manaberry, and Captain Jack, who are in a tidy 1-2-3 so far. Gradius going ahead. Oh no, that's what I mentioned, Gradius. If you go too fast, they just won't let you in. Ledwin, Maelnum, and Manaberry now trying to make do with these lemons, trying to get some lemonade out of it. Maelnum says, I've got the sugar. Manaberry says, I've got the water. Ledwin says, I've got the lemons, but it's going to be Maelnum, Ledwin, and then Manaberry. 1, 2, and 3 at Enemy at the Gates. 1:30 for the rest of our racers to bring it home. Top 10 are making their way in with Spiral Shape. There we go. Malvinius way at the back of the pack there. It's not even really worth flying out there because there they go. Vuff and Sergeant Sunday now. I want that rear here. Let's see if Sergeant Sunday... There's some poppers in the way that could stop Sergeant Sunday because they're going a little slow, but there we go. Congratulations go to Maelnum, Ledwin, and Manaberry. Your podium here on Enemy at the Gates, our 4th race this evening. Top 10 rounded out by the Buck in 4th place, leading Miravina, Princess Dagger, Paolo DLR, Tom Chain, Captain Jack in Spiral Shape in 10th place. We don't even need to scroll. 39 racers entered, but only 1/3 of them, 13 of them finished, with Sergeant Sunday taking that last place point. Congrats to Sergeant Sunday and everyone who finished. Gotta get a lot of Frankers in the top of our DNFs. Look at all these falls. Look at all these DNFs. Look at all these DNFs. Look at all these DNFs. Let's let them in.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
My producer is telling me that Malort is great for DNFs. I don't know if I agree with that.
You can't touch this.
2 minutes on the clock now to join us for the Dojo, our 5th race this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Exclamation mark, plays and type in Jagged Marble with your name on it. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Welcome back to the Dojo. This is our 5th race of the evening. Hey, speaking of the Dojo, our buddies over at Rage Select, Jeff, had me on the Dojo this week. I was... what were we playing? Oh, we were playing the new One Piece Odyssey. This is a Japanese role-playing game based on the anime called One Piece. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I think it's, I don't know, it seems fine. As far as, like, licensed games go, we're probably in a good time for licensed games, I feel like. That One Piece game's pretty good. It seems like it's pretty good for a JRPG. It seems like it's fine. The numbers were not big. I agree on the dot. So they let you play the first, like, 45 minutes of this game at level 40. And then of course they have to, like, take away all your power and really fuck you over. Though I will say, after they do that, you really gain back quick. They give you get all your skills back, and you level up pretty quick. So I think by the time we did that second, or maybe third one, I think the third one was on for his Patreon, they had actually been pretty good. They've actually gotten pretty far. Now, my producer is letting me know that they have been marked safe from Malort. So, thank you for that one. Thank you to all of my producers using their bonus points in the chat. 42 racers are loaded up with 10 seconds left to go in the Dojo. This is a little bit of a wonky, sort of arbitrary track here, but let's get it started in 3, 2, and 42 racers are off on the Dojo. Look at that.
You better get hype, boy, because you know you can't touch this. Ring the bell, school's back in.
who is going to make it out first. Blaze of Glory, Judy Bootybot, Sergeant Sunday, Darlink, and B. Coford are some of the closest off the block. There's Blaze off the block, followed by B. Coford and Judy Bootybot. Who else is going to make it off the block here? Darlink, ICU, Max Power, Bob the Cat, and Sergeant Sunday. Tom Chain in the mix as well. Tom Chain being very performant today. Tom Chain. We're going to zoom ahead and try and catch all of our front pack as Base of Glory makes the jump now here on the dojo. So does B. Coford and Judy Bootybot. Back of the pack, Ben Franklin, Buff, and Red Hat Jesse are pulling up that rear. 45 seconds elapsed so far. We go up to the front of the pack here with Blaze of Glory. Welcome back, Blaze. 50 seconds elapsed so far. B. Coford in the mix as well. Mirvina and Mechaholic as Blaze of Glory tries to go for that loop. The loop! Oh no, does not land the loop or the loop. B. Coford also does not land that loop of the loop. Let's see, we go up to Mirvina now, who did in fact make it along with Mechaholic, Ben, Game Plan, Judy Bootybot, and Bobcat, Mechaholic, and Sergeant Sunday. Mirvina leading this race now, a minute 15, overshooting into the reservoir. Ben Game also as well. Bobcat with a bump really beat that overshoot and made it into the reservoir first. Bobcat leading now, followed by Ben Game Plan and Mechaholic in the reservoir. Mirvina now in the reservoir. That overshoot was real bad. Go up to the front of the pack here as Bobcat makes his way through these sneaky snakes. We got a bunch of dojos here, a bunch of kung fu training dummies. Oh no, Bobcat gets karate chopped off of the track there. Ben Game Plan, Mechaholic, and Mirvina, your front pack now. Gradius in the mix. Thundercat, Theater Monkey, Donner, and Mad Scientist Kel, all of them are trying to catch up here, but these dojos are dangerous. Mechaholic is getting some escape velocity now, but there's still some poppers in the way. Ooh, almost a really great line for Mechaholic. No records tonight here, but 2 minutes elapsed so far. Mechaholic is going to take a pretty steady first place on the dojo. A minute 38 now as our racers are off, are bringing it home. Mirvina, the Buck, and ICU coming in for the fourth. Spiral Shape beating out on the Donner and Ben Game Plan, Mad Scientist Kel for 8th then. Theater Monkey taking 9 and Scoop Lindsay for 10. A minute 20 now as Vuff and Sergeant Sunday look to fight for that last place point here. Plenty of time if they want to play this waiting game, but there's a lot of danger to being slow on this track. Look at those poppers. Sergeant Sunday making it through the poppers now. Vuff trying to as well. Sergeant Sunday has to deal with the stair steps. Pretty safe, these stair steps, as long as you're not too lateral there. Sergeant Sunday making it in. A minute left for Vuff to bring it home. And there we go! Congratulations go to Mechaholic, Mirvina, and the Buck. Your podium here on the dojo. It's our 5th race today. Top 10 rounded out by ICU in 4th place, leading Spiral Shape on the Donner, Ben Game Plan, Mad Scientist Kel, Theater Monkey in 9th, and Scoop Lindsay in 10th. Don't have to scroll at all! 15th place, it's Vuff taking the last place point today. My goodness. Look at all these DNFs. Folks, we had like 30 some DNFs. It's ridiculous. Don't even correct my math. All right, let's load up another track.
Yeah. Miami. South Beach, bringing the heat.
We are loaded up into our next race. It's race 6 this evening. It's called the Marble Mill. Welcome back, everybody. You've got 2 minutes to join me here. Exclamation mark plays. Which one to type in the chat? Get up. Marble with your name on it. Gross. Okay, a minute. In fact, 2 minutes as we get ready on the Marble Mill. Giving you a little bit of an overview of the track here. Global record, 52 seconds. Local record, a minute 24 from Dead Polymers. You got a minute 30 to type exclamation mark play in the chat. Get a marble with your name on it. Hello, Pikachu, hi to you. Princess Dagger. Irina asking, does she see some new marble skins? I think number 11 is new. I think a number 11 is our Infinity Ham, and I think sometimes on these cell shade ones it's not quite easy to see. But if you play 11, if you're one of our subscribers here on Twitch, you can get that infinity hand next time you load a race.
Yo, I heard the rainstorms ain't nothing to mess with, but I can't feel it.
1 minute now on the Marble Mill! Exclamation mark plays which one I type in the chat, get a marble with your name. It's fun, it's free, it's easy. You don't have to do anything other than sit there and watch it in the chat. Hey, P. Delahanty. I hope you're still around. Thank you for joining us. Welcome back. Right, 45 seconds left to go. I want to try the Mountain Dew Baja Blast hot sauce. I would like to try it. I would like to try it, please. Yeah, I'd like to try it, please. And will it taste different than the real Baja Blast shot, which is Mountain Dew and a mild sauce packet? We'll never know. I guess we'll never know. 15 seconds now for the Marble Mill. 43 racers are loaded up and ready to go on this cartoon cel-shaded level. 5 seconds now. There's the buck. 3, 2, and 44 racers are off on the Marble Mill. A little bit of a slow one as our racers go down the chevron, down the chimney there, up an elevator, out of the elevator, which also is slow. And then through these plinko sections here, it's like we're playing Super Mario Sunshine. Max Power first off the block ahead of On the Donner. On the Donner taking position. Fluff and Mechaholic, Bobcat and Miravina, Ben Game Plan, Ben Franklin, Darlink, and the rest of our racers are off the block. 33 seconds on the Marble Mill. Back of the pack are making their way in, including Princess Dagger, Defiant Geek, Blaze of Glory, and Red Hat Jesse. Oh, there's Brave Jayhawk. Hello, Brave Jayhawk. Zooming back. Ooh, Ben Game Plan. Let's see. Ooh, Ben, are you gonna land that? No, sorry, Ben. Sorry, Vafa. Jake Schneider, your title sponsor, not gonna catch up. Malvinius, not gonna dare. Mailnum, not gonna land it here. Our racers are trying to use some of these wild shots, but not gonna make it so far. All the racers are through the cannon, so that's gonna be it for that. This far in. Skip Shooter, thank you so much for subscribing 13 months. Thank you for the support. All right, I'm minute 18 on the Marble Mill. Our racers are all jumbled up. It's hard to tell who's exactly in first place here. But we could be looking at Mad Scientist Cal, Miravina, Skip Lindsay, Mana, Barry, Tom, Chain, Blaze of Glory, and Darlink. As there we go. Scoop Lindsay, Mad Scientist Cal, and Miravina are neck and neck for second place. Scoop Lindsay well in front for first. Manaberry in fourth. Darlink looking like fifth to catch up. Marble Mill continuing. Scoop Lindsay leading again, going into a section of poppers. Ooh, getting a half bonk there as Miravina and Mad Scientist Cal bonk into each other and those stanchions. Scoop Lindsay and Mad Scientist Cal are in a inch off, but it's going to be Scoop Lindsay followed by Mad Scientist Cal, leading Miravina and Manaberry for third and fourth. Night Attack looking to make fifth place interesting as the podium are making their way in. There's your top 7. 45 seconds on the big red clock here as Blaze of Glory, ICU, and Gray Malkin take the last 3 points spots. We're looking at Spiral Shape here, who's got 37 seconds on that big red clock at the top there to bring it home and get that last place point. I think it's doable. I think it's very doable unless you get popped. But look, Spiral Shape already in the escape velocity zone, and with plenty of time left on the clock, that's Spiral Shape. Let's take a look. Congratulations go to Scoop Lindsay, your winner here on the Marble Mill ahead of Mad Scientist Kel and Miravina, which is the podium. Top 10 rounded out by Manaberry in fourth, leading Night Attack in place. Darlink in sixth place, leading Scoop Shooter, Blaze of Glory, ICU, and then Gray Malkin 13 in 10. Rolling through, we had 44 racers enter, and only 35 of them finished, with Spiral Shape taking that last place point. Congratulations, everybody, for being a part of the race. Of course, I gotta get Franker's in the chat for our DNF friends. DNF stands for Does Need Franker's. Scoop Lindsay with the time of 1 minute 58. Not gonna get a record. Let's load up another track. Just a couple more tracks here in this half. Plenty of time in this first half here. All right, folks. 8.5 minutes left to go in the half. You've got 2 minutes to join us here on the Space Chase, our 7th race today. This is This one's sometimes hard to see because this is very dark. A lot of dark materials here. His dark materials even. So there's a bit of a switchback. There's a little bit of a funnel situation there. We got some Steves at the end and some poppers here for some chaos. It's going to be a good race. It's the Space Chase. Exclamation mark plays, which you type and check it a marble with your name on it. Sometimes when I talk on the stream on marbles, I think I feel like the scat man. I feel like I understand you, the scat man. I feel like I understand you, the scat man. Sometimes you just want to talk fast. Sometimes you run fast. Sometimes you run really fast, and as long as you get the words out, you get it. A minute 9 to join us here on Space Chase. Exclamation plays when you type in chat. You do have to do it every race. You do have to type exclamation race play every race, unfortunately. I wish there was a way we could just not have to do that, but I guess that's what we've got. Less than a minute now for the Space Chase. Good 41 racers loaded up here. Thank you so much for joining us here on a Friday night, everybody. Of course, we will be back next week on Friday, 9 p.m. We're doing Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern time here for Season 5. We'll be going through March. 10 races, 10 matches, 10 chances to get some points. Meanwhile, 30 seconds left in this. We haven't even looked at any of the points yet today. We've been having so much fun playing marbles. We do need to look at those points, but we don't have enough time because I forgot. We'll take a look after this race. 15 seconds to join us on the Space Chase. 10 seconds now for 43 racers who are making their way on the first funnel of the Space Chase. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and they're off on the Space Chase. Penultimate race of this half. Don't worry, we got another 45-minute half coming up after this. Ooh, a little bit of centrifugal force action there, making all of our racers pop off. Crisco and Darlink well ahead. Red Hat Jesse B. Coford, Blaze of Glory. Some of your front runners there. Mechaholic pulling up the rear. Let's go to the front pack here. Oh no, Crisco! Crisco's falling off the track here. We're looking at Darlink. Ooh, a lot of our racers. Let's zoom out here just to get a better sense of it. Red Hat Jesse, the Buck, Vuff, Gray Malkin on the Donner, Insanity, Jake Schneider, some of your front pack. As the crow flies, this is not necessarily the most accurate standings just yet. We are 50 seconds into this race. Our racers are making their way into this funnel here. Let's see who does and does not make it into this funnel. Coming up to a switchback. That switchback is dangerous if you get too much speed in this funnel. Let's see how they do. Looks like everybody made it. Okay, thanks for being boring, everybody. Oh, Sergeant Sunday's stuck back here. Sergeant Sunday. Oh no, Sergeant Sunday. Oh, sorry, buddy. Let's go to the front of the pack here. We got the Buck leading over Max Power, Red Hat Jesse, and B. Coford. A minute 30 elapsed so far. Our racers are converging on the slow protected Steve here. Let's see where they go. Who's going to get escape velocity first? It looks like it's going to be Judy Bootybot, Darlink, and Gray Malkin Mechaholic with Red Hat Jesse in the mix. Judy Bootybot now in first place. Will take the win just ahead of Darlink. A photo finish for that. Your top 10 are making their way in now. There we go. Night Attack and Jake Schneider pulling up the rear. Theater Monkey is looking. No, it's still Sergeant Sunday. Oh, Sergeant Sunday Sergeant Sunday has a Homer's Odyssey ahead of him. With only 1 minute 10 left on the clock. Hitting some bumps, some bonks, some real nasty stuff here. Let's see how it goes. Going into the Steve now. Getting escape velocity on the first try into the speed bumps in the final stretch. This is going to look very good for Sergeant Sunday. And there they go! Congratulations go to Judy Bootybot, your winner ahead of Darlink and Gray Malkin. 13, your podium. Top 10 rounded out by Red Hat Jesse in 4th, leading Mechaholic, Paolo DLR, B. Coford in 7th, on the Donner in 8th, Night Attack in 9th place, interesting, and of course Jake Schneider, your title sponsor, here on the Space Chase. It's our 7th race this evening. Scrolling through and finding out that 26th place. Sergeant Sunday did take that last place point. Congrats to Sergeant Sunday. Please make sure you give me some Franker Z's in the chat. That's what DNF stands for. DNF stands for does need Franker Z's. Frankerly. All right, we have just enough time for one more race and a half. Let's do it. All right, we are loaded up into our 8th race tonight, Eye of the Storm, exclamation mark plays, which when I type in the chat to get a marble with your name on it. Now, we've been doing a bunch of racing so far tonight. We've got another half of racing left to go, but let's take a look at how many points have been made just today. These are your top scorers of week 2. With 36 points today, I See You and Miravina are leading this championship. Just from one night. So is Tom Chain in 3rd place with 30 points. The Buck, 28 points today. Darlink, 24. Night Attack with 22. We'll take a look at the standings before we go into the half, but we got another minute 15 on Eye of the Storm, our 8th race this evening. Now I'm getting a note from my producer. I'm good. Yeah, I'm feeling all right. Thank you for that. Namiko, did you miss when it's when I'm good played? I'm good played earlier during the diner, Marbles Diner. I made a big deal out of putting that song on the playlist last week, and then it didn't come up, and it did this time, so that's pretty good. All right, 42 seconds to join us here on Eye of the Storm. 33 seconds now. 43 racers are loaded up on Eye of the Storm. This is a treacherous-looking pirate-themed level with a unique hurricane funnel in the middle of the track. Very dangerous. Not a lot of our racers will survive making it out of the Eye of the Storm. 13 seconds now for our racers to bring it home to the Eye of the Storm in our first half of week 2. 5 seconds now on Eye of the Storm. 3, 2, and 43 racers are off. Race 8 in week 2. Welcome back, everybody. We are here on Eye of the Storm, a wet, treacherous, piratous, treasonous, plank-walking-ass level. Our racers are funneling through 15 seconds elapsed so far on this stormy, nasty level. You gotta even make it to the storm. Oh my goodness, go Howie! How intensive. First off the block, well ahead of Princess Dagger, Vuffin, Grey Malkin, Manaberry on the other side, Mechaholic, and Scoop Lindsay. How intensive, though, with a huge lead going into the tunnel of hole. Manaberry's caught up now, 36 seconds on the clock, straining for How Intensive and Manaberry. Both of them through. Manaberry getting a little bit of speed. Jake Schneider getting a little more speed and position as Gradius takes the lead on Eye of the Storm. Fantastic line for Gradius with a clean streak. That's going to open up Radius to lead on Judy Bootybot and How Intensive. Theater Monkey, Get Polzander, Male Numb also making it into the next funnel. Who's going to make it out first, though? It could shake up a little bit here. There's Gradius out, followed by Vuff, Jake Schneider, Insanity, Theater Monkey, Bobcat, Captain Jack ahead of Waylaid X's, Local Ghost, Ben Franklin, and Scoop Lindsay. We're keeping an eye as Gradius shoots through the Eye of the Storm here. Who's going to make it out, though? Let's see. Jake Schneider makes it out and lands it. We're going to keep an eye out right here because a lot of racers don't even land this. A minute 30 elapsed so far. We zoom out just a bit to keep an eye out on Gradius, who is still leading, coming out of the plane into a slow, protected Steve Gradius with a great line on escape velocity. That's going to be the win for Gradius with a time of 1:40 ahead of Vuff in second place. Define keep going through the final stretch now for third place. Your top 3 are in. A minute 33 on the big red clock here as we wait for the top 10 with Scoop Lindsay in 4th. Who's going to get that escape velocity? It looks like it's going to be Princess Dagger just ahead of Puff Deluxe. Will Puff catch up? It'll be a photo finish for them, but it's going to be Scoop Lindsay ahead of Puff, ahead of Princess Dagger, ahead of Insanity, Ember, Ledwin in 8th, Malvinius, and Paolo taking 9 and 10. Your top 10 are in. A minute 14 to bring it home on Eye of the Storm. A minute 10 on the big red clock. We're looking at Darlink in the back of the pack there. Get Polzander, Grey Malkin, and that Punk 1 making it through the Steve. A minute 4. That Punk 1 and Gipplesandr handily make it in. Grey Malkin going into the final stretch, handily making it in. Now it's time for Darlink to show us what they've got. Darlink now with 52 seconds on that big red clock, speeding through the Steve. Ooh, with a wonky deflection off the left side of the flipper there. That ended up being pretty good for Darlink and brought it in for last place. Congratulations go to Gradius, Vuff, and Defiant Geek. Your podium here on race 8 out of 16 tonight, Eye of the Storm. Top 10 rounded out by Scoop Lindsay leading Puff Deluxe, Princess Dagger, Insanity Ember, Ledwin, Malvinius, and Paolo DLR in 10th place. 43 racers entered and only 24 of them finished. It's going to be Darlink getting that last place point. Congrats to Darlink. And now everyone who joined us. Got to see all of our DNFs. Stands for Does Need Frankerzies. All right, folks, we are going to take a short break here at halftime. We're going to take about a 5-minute break. We're going to run a few ads here on Twitch if you are a subscriber. Just enjoy the music. You won't have to watch any of those ads. We will have a timer on screen so you don't get lost. I'm going to load up our next track already as we get started with our community level block in our second half. Before we do that, I got a few messages for you. Of course, I want to remind you, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/LFGX. It's only 4 characters. If you want to support this directly, you can do so there. You can also get access to the backlog of races. And I have a question I'm going to pose to the Patreon. We've been giving people the back catalog, but also I think people don't really care about it, so maybe we should just put those out there as well. I don't know. I guess we'll figure out what the patrons think. Patreon.com/LFGX, of course, that'll give you a discount on LFG merch anytime you want. You just have to be a subscriber and you get the promo code. It's very easy. I've made it very easy for you to take advantage of this promo code. Patreon.com/LFGX. And of course, our friends over at Spilled Coffee Workshop, who are supplying the season prize for season 5. They make handmade acrylic goods that are so fun, so great. A lot of colors, a lot of patterns. Some of Diamond Club's own. SpilledCoffeeWorkshop.com. All right, we're going to take a 5-minute break and come back for the second half. Then, of course, if you're a subscriber, you won't see any ads here on Twitch. All right, folks. Folks, we are here in the second half of LFG Marbles, Season 5, Week 2. Welcome back. I'm Bryce Castillo, your navigator and host here for another 45 minutes of marble racing action. Thank you so much for joining us here. We're starting our community block. We're going to do 4 community levels as ranked by some of the Marbles on stream community. Thank you so much for joining us here in the second half. I'm going to start a 2-minute timer, a 120-second timer. On our first community level, it's Fairly Chilling Situation from Erd Beer Hexes. Thank you so much, Erd Beer Hex. 1:45 to join us. Exclamation mark play is what you want to type in the chat. You did it all the first half. You're going to have to do it all the second half. Type exclamation mark play in the chat. Get a marble, join the race. Going to start our 45-minute half. I'm ready for more Formula One. I'm going to say it. We got 45, I believe it's 45 days. We're 45 days away. I don't know if that's from preseason testing or from the first race of the year. But I'm ready for it, man. I'm watching old races. I'm watching cut-downs. I'm watching highlights and stuff. I want new stuff. I'm very excited. And then fucking Drive to Survive comes back in, what, February? Well, you got 60 seconds to come back to this race. It's Fairly Chilling Situation. It's going to start in 50 seconds. 46 races are already registered to play. This is our first of 4 community levels, everybody. Welcome back. Oh my goodness. Okay, what else is going on? Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I mentioned I got evicted from Twitter. The fucking landlord kicked me out of Twitter, and I feel like I have so much time. I removed Tweetbot from my home screen. I didn't uninstall it. Optimistically, I didn't uninstall it, but I probably should now that they shut it down. But I had the muscle memory. Now I hit just where the icon was. 47 racers are here on the Fairly Chilling Situation in 3, 2, 1, and they're off here. Our first community level of the day. Fairly Chilling Situation from Erdbeer Hexa. Thank you, Erdbeer Hexa, for the level. Our racers are going through a fast funnel here, and it's going to be Gray Malkin leading on their way down through the shuffles. Manaberry ahead of Gray Malkin as our racers are shuffling here. At the beginning of the race, Manaberry, Jake Schneider are there. FLS Carnage, Gray Malkin, the Buck, the Musical Chemist. Manaberry going through the center track as it spreads out here into some sort of marijuana-shaped level here. 35 seconds elapsed so far. Manaberry leading, Manaberry leading going into the hamster ball of hell, but who's going to actually make it in first? It'll be the Buck and Judy Booty Bot with Sergeant Sunday, C. Cranfill, Crisco, and Princess Dagger. 48 seconds elapsed so far in the Fairly Chilling Situation. Who's going to make it out of the hamster ball? Going through this little alleyway here. Oh, Red Hat Jesse almost had escape velocity. It's going to be Malvinius, Don't Panic VU, and Paolo after a good bonk. Theater Monkey and Mad... Oh, Theater Monkey and Mad Scientist Cal also there. Oh my goodness, am I missing the race? Oh my god, I'm missing the race! The Buck is winning here. 1:08 elapsed so far, and the Buck is well ahead. Sorry about that, the Buck. A lot of elevators left to go for the Buck, but everyone's going to have to go through these elevators. Elevators are a little wonky, but these are actually seemingly well connected. Sorry, there's the Buck. 1:30 elapsed so far. Second place, well back here, it's going to be Don't Panic VU, Paolo, DLR, and Defiant Geek, Malvinius, and Bobcat. And there's Bob. Oh no, what happened to the Buck? Oh, the Buck, you got portaled. Oh no. How can you do that? It's Paolo. How can you do that? I'm sorry, Buck. You should have won. Our top 10 are in. We've got 1:43 on that big red clock here. Racers are hitting that final portal and just being thrown off into the ground. Just fuck you. Just fuck you. It's that. Just fuck you. That's what the community levels do sometimes. 1:30 left. Our top 10 are in. It's FLS Carnage pulling at that 10th place spot here. We're looking at Mechaholic, Spiral Shape, C. Cranfill, How Intensive, who are still out on that pitch and trying to bring it home. There's Howie making it into the box. 1:13 now. We got 3 racers still on the track. 2:30 elapsed so far. Who's going to bring it in for the Fairly Chilling Situation? Cranfill, Spiral, and Mechaholic are making their way up through the elevators now. Mechaholic's got 3 more elevators left to go. Cranfill and Spiral Shape have made it through their last one, but where are they going to end up? In the portal. Let's see. Cranfill falls out. Spiral Shape falls out. Let's see. It's Mechaholic's last chance. 50 seconds. Are you going... Or do you feel lucky, punk? Is what we ask Mechaholic. And we ask Mechaholic this really all the time. 41 seconds is plenty of time for Mechaholic to bring it home. Look at that little... got a little unicorn. Yeah. Oh, you little unicorn. All right. Music sounder. Not quite long enough here. Whenever you're ready, Mechaholic. Just ready. Cue Mechaholic. There we go! Hello, everybody. Congratulations to Paolo DLR, your winner, out of Defiant Geek and Get Pull Xander. Top 10 rounded out by Manaberry in 4th. Leading on the Donner, Sergeant Sunday, Bizdism, Poop Tempest in 8th, Darlincoln 9th, and FLS Carnage in 10th place. 47 racers registered, and only 24 of them finished. It's Mechaholic in last place, getting that last place point. You need a lot of Frankers for our DNF friends. Sorry, everybody. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Let's load up another track. Oh no, wait, late. I'm sorry. I meant to go back and look at the portal because you wanted to see how it worked. But I think that I think that they do. I think that when you do the track editor, I think that there's a way to say, hey, only some percentages. All right, 2 minutes to join us in our next race. This is race number 10 tonight. Adorable Appealing Alley from Lemon Cloud GT. Thank you, Lemon Cloud, for that exclamation mark. Please, which one to type in the chat, get a marble with your name on it. I do have a question I did get a question here from Paolo a minute ago, and I definitely wanted to answer it. Asking, did prizes go out? Oh, don't do the dog fight. Oh no. I cannot have the Venga bus playing while I'm talking about this. We're back at the game here, everybody. Minute 30. No. There we go. Paolo was asking about the season prizes. Yes, that's a great question. Thank you for asking. No, they didn't, for reasons, and I'm sorry about that. What I'm looking to do, just so you know, for the season 3 and season 4 folks, still haven't gotten their things out. But I'm looking at having a new shirt and maybe a new design for a tote bag this season. So what I'm thinking of doing is just giving those winners a free one of either of those. So I haven't forgotten about you. You're an albatross on my neck, and I'm really sorry that I'm making you wait. But that's all on me. All right, 30 seconds to join us here in our 10th race this evening. It's adorable, appealing Alley. Thank you to Lemon Cloud GT for the race track. 22 seconds. We got 50 racers registered. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here. We still have plenty of racing left to go tonight. 37 minutes on that game clock. We're going to get 16 races in today, but I've got to deal with number 10 first. 50 racers are registered here with 4, 3, 2, and they are off. 50 racers on adorable, appealing Alley. They need a Lemon Cloud GT for the track. Vuff leading on the funnel here. Theater Monkey on the inside line. Sergeant Sunday going for an overtake with X Modem, pulling the short path. It's going to be Sergeant Sunday, X Modem, and Poop Tempest leading on this funnel. Vuff and Malvinius also on the line. And it looks like it will be X Modem first off the block now, followed by Sergeant Sunday. Whoa! What is this level? We did not really look at this level here. We're, this is one of these. We've seen these. So this lets racers kind of mill in, and then very, very, very slowly bring people to this opening on this side here. So that's a bunch of racers there, and there's a bunch of racers over here. Let's see if they'll all fit in this section here. I'm sure they will. A minute elapsed so far, and boy, is this a barn burner. Who's going to drop first? Let's find out. It's going to be ICU and Kinlan, musical chemist Scoop Lindsay, Montara, and Gray Malkin, who are the first ones to drop. Oh, there's a bunch of shit on the track, too. Let's see how long it takes to despawn. Because that's on these user tracks. Sometimes they despawn really quickly. I guess not on... Oh, there we go. Okay, that's not too bad. ICU, Crisco, and On the Donner are pushing ahead into the fast double Steve. Now ICU with a great line out in the copy left. B. Coford and Paolo all getting stopped as Mad Scientist and Grey Malkin go through the center. Crisco and Red Hat Jesse kind of getting stuck in the center there. ICU, Paolo, and B. Coford going into the Ferris wheel. B. Coford leading into the poppers in the final stretch now with the time of 1:52. B. Coford is your winner. Malvinius taking second place, and Mad Scientist Kel in third. Your top 10 are squeaking in a little over 2 minutes on that big red clock. Plenty of time, everybody, but not too much time. There we go. ICU and Grey Malkin taking the last 2 points playing positions. A minute 42 left to go. All right, folks, hurry up. Sorry, Captain Jack getting fall guide. We got Waylaid X here, who got a bit of a trek in front of him. Got a bit of a trick in front of you, Waylaid X. Oh, there's some speed. There you go. That's some good speed. Waylaid X, Mana Berry, and Dumb Guy are all trying to make it through. They made it through, but Waylaid is still waylaid on this. Oh, no! Missing the gap there on the Ferris wheel. Let's see. Waylaid. Oh, no! He keeps missing it. There we go. This should be a good gap. And then there we go. Waylaid making it through that Ferris wheel in minute 9. Plenty of time to bring it home. There we go. The purple ham on a sled. It's B. Coford taking a win tonight. That's ahead of Malvinius and Mad Scientist Kel. That's the podium on the adorable, appealing Alley. Thank you, Lemon Cloud GT, for the track. Top 10, starting with Mailnum in 4th place, leading Mechaholic, Paolo, DLR, FLS, Carnage, Insanity, Ember, ICU, and Grey Malkin 13 in 10th place. 50 racers had entered. We're going to scroll through all of your times here and find out who came in last place. In 47th place, it's going to be Waylaid X. We only had 3 DNFs, but that's when we need Franker Z's the most. I think that's a really special way to live. All right, let's load up another track. We are loaded up into our 11th race this evening. It's Unleashed Brutal Craft! Exclamation mark plays, which when I type in the chat to get a marble with your name on it, thank you to Raptor GE. Raptorja. You got 2 minutes to join us in this 11th race of the evening using those instructions that I just mentioned. Exclamation mark play. Hello everybody, welcome back. You got a little under 2 minutes to join us here. I've got a hot tip for you. I mentioned this on Weird Things. Pocket Card Jockey. I didn't think it could come back into my life, but Pocket Card Jockey. I didn't think it was. I didn't think it could be in the equation. Pocket Card Jockey. In my mind, Pocket Card Jockey occupies the same headspace as Daigasso Band Brothers. Some really cool shit that I'm not ever going to see again. Pocket Card Jockey was a Nintendo DS game. It was Spider Solitaire meets horse racing. And you play solitaire, little solitaire hands, to make your horse perform better, to do well. And it's so good. The freaking, it's Game Freak. Game Freak make it. And so it's super polished. This new version's got 3D graphics, but it's still the same game. Oh, it's so good. Oh my god, it's so good. It's on Apple Arcade, which makes me think that it's going to be on Steam in 6 to 12 weeks. Here are your leaders in LFG as they stand live. On the Donner is leading with 65 points, Malvinius with 60, Manavari with 60, and Buff with 57. 20 seconds to join us here in our 11th race today. Unleashed Brutal Craft. You gotta type exclamation mark play to join the 47 racers who are here. There's B. Copert with 8 seconds. There's Boxon. There's Jairus. Hello, everybody. Last chance. 3, 2, and our racers are off. 50 of them are here on the Unleashed Brutal Craft. They're going through a pretty long funnel to begin with. Let's take a look at the track here. Whoa! Raptors, okay. Well, thank you, Raptors, for the level here. Our racers are slowly making their way through this funnel. We're looking at Scoop Lindsay and Dumb Guy and Max Power and Captain Jack on this side. Who's going to be off the block first here? We're going to keep an eye out from the outside here. A real cross-section of our racers here. Let's see them do that in Sao Paulo. We're looking at maybe Spiral Shape with Scoop Shooter, Mailnum, Miravina. There's Princess Dagger and Scoop Shooter, Mailnum, and Malvinius with Judy Bootybot here. We've got Princess Dagger in our sights. 43 seconds elapsed as our racers go into Electrified Tunnel of Hell. We've got Darlink and Jairus neck and neck as they converge. There they go, splitting off into separate sides again, dealing with some debris on the track. It's Poff. Oh, there's some explosions and debris all over the track. A lot of DNFs on the right side of your screen there. Malvinius, Ledwin, Spiral Shape, and Gitpul Xander leading as they go through the Tunnel of Hell into an angled Ferris wheel here. Let's see what's going on. We're looking at Gitpul Xander, who is leading. Let's follow through this crazy elevator concoction that Gitpul Xander and Ledwin are fighting their way through. There's some debris in the mix, but they're just going to fall right through. There's Gitpul Xander jumping right through that strainer. Those angel wings of theirs. Spiral Shape on the other side, dealing with some more. Oh, Ledwin says, no, thank you. I'm not going to bother with that. So does Spiral Shape. Ledwin and Spiral Shape now are nearly neck and neck as they go to the final stretch. There's Ledwin. There's Spiral Shape 1 and 2. Minute 54 on the big clock here. It's going to be Darlink with third. There's Jake Schneider, your title sponsor, and the Buck in fifth. Jairus for sixth. Bobcat ICU, Ben Franklin, and then Biz Dism in 10th place. Our racers are being shots through this track. It is indeed chaos. A minute 30 as we look at the final racers here who need to bring it home. Oh no! You can go on the side? Oh no, that's real bad. We're looking at Sergeant Sunday and Little Bean Pro Beast. There's Little Bean making it in. Is Sergeant Sunday going to make it in? I think so. There they are. Oh, there we go. Congratulations go to Ledwin, Spiral Shape, and Darlink. Your podium here on our 11th race this evening. It's Unleashed, Brutal Craft, and Raptors for the track. 50 racers entered, but let's take a look at the top 10 before we do that. Top 10 rounded up by Jake Schneider in 4th place, leading the Buck, Jairus, Bobcat, ICU, Ben Franklin, and Biz Dism in 10th place. Scrolling through and finding out where all of our racers ended up, 50 of them entered, but only 36 of them finished as Sergeant Sunday, getting that last place point. All right, we're going to load up our next track here. And we're going to take a look at the top racers so far. These are our live standings, LFG Marbles, Week 2. On the Donner, leading with 65 points, Malvinius and Manaberry both with 60, Vuff with 57, and Mechaholic with 56. All right, you got 2 minutes to join us in our final community level this evening. It's race 12. It's Rad Anti-Gravity Invasion! Exclamation mark plays, which you're going to type in the chat. Get a marble with your name on it. Thank you to Rat Bastion 37 for the track. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at this track, everybody. Oh my gourd. Oh my gourd. Oh, and then it goes down. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Whoa. Oh my goodness, my computer's gonna catch on fire if I keep looking at that. All right, let's look at today's big movers and shakers. You got 90 seconds to join us in our next race, by the way. Who are today's biggest movers and shakers? Let's find out. We're gonna do some math here. We're gonna calculate all your maths. The big movers today. ICU with 42 points. Starlink with 37. Miravina 36. Big point for Miravina there. The Buck with 35. So does Ledwin. Paolo with 31 today. Tom Chain with 30. Big points for Tom today. Mechaholic Manaberry. Mad Scientist Cal. You've heard these names all night. I know these names better than my own. 1 minute to join us here on Rad Anti-Gravity Invasion! Exclamation mark plays, which you're going to type in the chat, get a marble with your name on it. Join the 48 folks who are registered and playing. 40 seconds now. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Of course, if you like this and you want even more of it, join us in 7 days' time, January 27th. Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Marbles. Right here on Twitch, twitch.tv/Night Attack. Make sure you join us there. 20 seconds now on the Rad Anti-Gravity Invasion. This is, I always really like when track designers also make it really fancy looking. I like this crazy maximalist tessellation designing. I think it just looks really cool. All right, we're loaded up in the game. I forgot I hit the wrong button, but we are off now, which is why I was talking through the timer, because I thought you could all stay. Sorry about that. We got Theater Monkey, Next Modem, Irie Man, and Biz Dism leading on the Rad Anti-Gravity Invasion. A lot of different ways to go here. Oh, there's portals and shit, too. Oh, our racers get portaled over to this side. Look at that. All right, Kinlan, Miravina, no, X Modem is leading a few stretches ahead of Theater Monkey, Boxon, and Kinlan, as X Modem avoids whatever that thing is and goes into this set of curly fries. And with X Modem's little French fry icon there, it's very fitting, I would say. X Modem, Irie Man, Boxon PC, Theater Monkey are all fighting for that first spot. Irie Man first into the elevator now, 45 seconds elapsed so far. They go up, 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 and they're going to go down. It's Irie Man first down into a little bit of a funnel there, into a Ferris wheel. Ooh, Irie Man getting stuck there a little bit. You don't want to see that. Who's going to make it out? It'll be Night Attack, Waylaid X, Paolo, DLR as they make their way into the stair steps. How Intensive just makes it in that first wave there. It's a 4-way step with 1:08 elapsed so far. All of our racers are going to get gated here just a little bit as those first 4 are out, making their way into the cones of Dunshire. It's Waylaid X and Paolo trading blows for first place, but it will be Waylaid X leading on Paolo, then Mechaholic in third place. Your podium are in. Your top 10 are rushing in. It's going to be Box on PC taking that last place spot. 1:50 on the big red clock. Bring it home. Bring it home.
You won't belong to me, I let you down. I walk around and see your night skyline. I feel the light, but you don't want to stay. So lonely now, just let me off the top.
All right, 1:30. We are waiting for the rest of our racers to come in and bring home the last place bacon. We're looking at Dumb Guy 420 here, who is I think a shoe-in. 1:18 is plenty of time to make it through all of this here. Let's see what he does as he makes it through the cones. Ooh, some bad bonkage there. This is bad speed. Come on, Dumb Guy. We're waiting on you. 1 minute left. There we go. Congratulations to Waylaid X, Paolo DLR, and Mechahol. That's your podium here on the Rad Anti-Gravity Invasion. Top 10 rounded out by Blaze of Glory in 4th place ahead of Maelnum, Leadwind, Night Attack, Captain Jack in 8th place, leading the Ben Franklin in 9th, and Box on PC in 10th place. We're going to scroll through our racers. 49 of them entered, and only 46 of them finished, with Dumb Guy 420 taking that last place point. That'll do it for our community levels. We're going to go back to some standard community levels as we wrap up the second half. Let's get another track lorded. We are loaded up into our next race. It's race number 13 tonight. It's the Lucky Few. You've got 2 minutes to join us. Exclamation mark play in the chat is what you want to type to get a marble with your name on it. I really want that Baja Blast hot sauce now. I kind of need to. I feel a very little ink, just a little spark. Sometimes you just get that little spark. It's like, hey, you should really, dude. You should find a way to get your hands on that hot sauce. You should find a way. You should invest a lot of time and money into getting this hot sauce. I couldn't. So 1 minute now to join us on the Lucky Few. 51 races are registered. Would it be good? Here's my question. Would it be good? Because the mild dew sauce was great. It was great. Little chunky, sure. That's good stuff. All right, 34 seconds. Join us here at the Lucky Few. Oh, that's hot. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have done this. I've got a candle. I put a candle. But it's hot. I've got a candle on my. I'm not gonna pick it up because I know if I pick it up, I'm gonna drop it, and I'm gonna get hot, sweet pear lily wax all over my marbles clothes. Can't do that. 5 seconds now for 55 racers registered on the Lucky Few. 3, 2, and they're off on this 13th race of the day. They're making their way through the closed box here on Marbles on Stream as they make their way into the curly straws. We are looking for who is going to win, make it through the track the fastest, and get off the block. It looks like On the Donner is hitting this part here, but it's going to be That Punk 1 ahead of Nemiko, and then ICU, Kinlan, and then On the Donner. Oh, Kinlan getting knocked backwards in a really, really bad way. First DNF of the race. We're looking at That Punk 1 who's leading as the crow flies. Nemiko and ICU ahead of Chameleon's Local Ghost on the Lucky Few, our 13th race of the day, Pop Deluxe. And On the Donner going through the Curly Q, X Modem, How Intensive, Fournier. Let's see here, FLS Carnage, Howie, Zero Evil, and other racers are in the front of the pack now. 53 seconds a lap so far. We're looking at Nemiko and ICU, and the two of them are right for first place. It's really just the two of them. We like to call it a dumpster! Nemiko and ICU are neck and neck going into this elevator, but coming out of it, it's going to be ICU and That Punk 1 going into Steve. Let's see, will they keep the dogfight going through with escape velocity here? Oh, no, they won't. That was our dogfight. Thank you so much for fighting. On this top side, no one's gotten escape velocity yet. It's a real crowd of a party. That's X Modem and Dumb Guy. Show them how it's done. Princess Dagger 17 leading on the bottom side there, but a little too late to hit that bottom side to make any moves. Oh, X Modem falling out of the mill. Hate to see it. Princess Dagger shooting through into the hamster ball of Hull. First one into the hamster ball, followed by, let's see, Dumb Guy and Box on PC. That Punk and Pop Deluxe all making it into the hamster ball as Princess Dagger makes it out. Keep an eye on the right side of the screen for your DNFs there. Princess Dagger making it into the final stretch now. Almost 2 minutes on the clock. And Princess Dagger, she is going to win this one handily. There you go. Second place, looks like it's going to be Dumb Guy 420. Neck and neck with How Intensive for that second place spot. Third will be How Intensive. Fourth will be That Punk 1 and FLS Carnage for fifth. The rest of the top 10 are going to steam in. It's going to be Vuff pulling up that 10th place spot. 1:09 on the big red clock. We're waiting to see who's going to make it into the last place point. Got a lot of racers still making their way through. We're looking at Spiral Shape, Scoop Lindsay, Jarris, and Night Attack. All the way back there. This could, I don't think Spiral Shape's got enough time, honestly. 44 seconds to make it all the way back there? I think that's tough. I think Scoop Lindsay's got a chance. Jarris feels like the safe bet for this last place point. But yeah, there's Spiral Shape falling out. There's Scoop Lindsay hitting a pop, going back into the mill. That will at least slow Lindsay down. Oh no, being shot forward. Scoop Lindsay falls off of the track here. Jarris speeding up as Night Attack and ICU are in the inevitable position of fighting for last place, but there they go. Congratulations go to Princess Dagger 17. How Intensive? No, excuse me. Sorry, my scroll wheel is off. Congratulations to Princess Dagger 17. Followed by Dumb Guy 420, and then How Intensive, your winners on the Lucky Few. Top 10 rounded out by That Punk 1, FLS Carnage, The Ben Franklin, Judy Booty Bot, Defiant Geek in 8th, leading Ledwin, and then Vuff in 10th place. Scrolling through all of this action here, we're going to find out that ICU did take that last place point in 42nd place. Congratulations to ICU, and boy, do we need some Frankersies for all of these D and F friends. All right, let's get another track loaded. Let's take a look at your top movers today while we load in. Your top scorers today, it's Ledwin with 43, ICU with 43, Paolo with 42. Mechaholics making some big moves as well. Darlink and Miravina up there. The Buck and Princess Dagger. Tom Chain and Mailnum, your top 10 tonight so far. We got 2 minutes to join us here in our next race. Race number 14 of the evening is called Few Will Survive. And, well, I hate to tell you, but few are going to survive. Do you see that finish line? You see how it's moving? Well, folks, that's not me. That's the box. It moves forwards and backwards. You'll see that there are 3 pathways to the win box. There are the curly hues on the left and the right, and then there's the center side. The center side is very high speed and very straightforward. When the box is in this close position, you can't get into it if you're in the center side. You gotta be on these curly cues on the left and right. And when the box extends out this way, then it is in perfect position to accept the center side. But the left side just doesn't have enough juice in the lemon. So you also have to be a little bit lucky in Few Will Survive, which is what we're going to be playing in just 1 minute. Exclamation mark plays. Which one of you got? What if I just did? I just did a race like that. What if I just did fucking 2 hours? That would be maddening. That would be bad. That would be redonkulous. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it for 2 hours. I couldn't do it for 2. I can tell you I can't do it for 2 hours for sure. All right, 12 minutes on the game clock here. 30 seconds to join us in this 14th race of the evening. It's going to be called Few Will Survive. I'm curious. By the way, if you are someone who really, really loves marbles on stream, and you end up making a community level, please join us in our Discord. Marbles.win/Discord, I believe. Just go to marbles.win. There's no link there. If you bought the level pack designer and you are making levels, please let us know. And we, if they're good, we'll play them on these community tracks. All right, video racers are off now on Few Will Survive. There's a lot of randomness in this track, but there's a lot of good racing as well. Our racers are funneling into the funnel. We're looking at Crisco Malvinius, Stashman, the Buck, Bobcat, and B. Coford waylaid all on that front step there. Crisco's well ahead. Box on PC has got a little bit of a tighter line. Ben Game Plan in the back of the pack here. Crisco, who I am eternally indebted to, who's done a lot of great tech stuff here for Marbles, is first of the block with 31 seconds. Box on PC, That Punk 1, and Max Power 683 are trailing as they bonk all the way into the Steve there. Getting the escape velocity, we've got Theater Monkey and Little Bean Pro Beast, and the two of them are fighting for first place. It's just the two of them, and they're just fighting for first place. Oh no, Little Bean very quickly breaks the dog fight and loses the race. Max Power now also losing that race. The box is in the close position, and all of these racers on the left, on the center side, are not going to make it, except for Bobcat and Fournier and X-Bodum and the Punk one. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to keep an eye out over this way as Gilligan does not make it. Sorry, Gilligan. Top 10 are trying to make their way in, but they're all on the center side. Let's see if Box on PC can land it. Oh, whiff. Let's see if Spiral Shape can make it on the close side here. Oh no, is it in a bad position? Did they change? No. Oh, we don't have a top 10 yet still. We still don't have a top 10 yet. 30 seconds, we don't have a top 10. There's Captain Jack. We got Gipple Xander, who could get that 9th place. Oh, man, I'm going to have to do some datum. Oh, there we go. Congratulations go to Bobcat, Fournier, and X-Modem. Your podium here on Few Will Survive. Top 10 rounded out by That Punk 1 in 4th place, leading the Ben Franklin. Judy Bootybot in 6th place. Mad Scientist Kel in 7th place, and Captain Jack in 8th. That means we do not have a 9th and 10th place winner. Sorry, Get Pulsander. Sorry, Mailnum. You're not going to get those points. In fact, Captain Jack's going to get an extra point for being last place. Got to get a lot of Frankers in the chat for our DNS because, boy, do we have a lot of them. 50 racers entered and only 8 of them finished. That's ridiculous. We usually don't get that much carnage on Few Will Survive. 2 more races this evening. 10 minutes left in the game clock. Let's get it loaded.
She says she likes my watch, but she wants Steve's AP, and she stay up for hours.
Take a look at our top racers in this season.
And so I put her number in my bold BB. I got a black BM, she got a white TT.
We are loaded up into our 15th race this evening. While we look at the top spots, you've got 2 minutes to join us in this race.
And then I'll film it
Mechaholic is leading the championship over on the Donner. 1 point separates them. Princess Dagger in third with 61 points. Malvinius and Manaberry with 60. Vuff with 58. How Intensive is at 55, just ahead of Night Attack with 54, just ahead of Darlink with 53. Scoop Lindsay and Mailnum both have 51. Ledwin, the Buck, Ben Franklin, and ICU in the top 15. Those are your live standings here. A minute 30 to join us on the Raging Pin. This is our penultimate race of the evening. Exclamation mark plays which one to type in the chat. Get a marble with your name on it. I'm gonna say this fan I got here is very clutch. I did the mirror bit last week. I won't do the mirror bit this week. All right, 1 minute to join us here in the Raging Pin. It's cool. It's like, it's portable. It moves. It just fits right. I have another.
I'm in my PRPS and my night SB, raving with SHM, London to NYC. I got my visa and my visa, a diva and her dealer.
I got a real fan, but it's too big. It's kind of big, and I mean, compare them. You compare them. This one doesn't even have a wire. All right, 23 seconds to try. All right, 20 seconds to join us on the Raging Pin. This is our penultimate race of the evening. Of course, we got our customary final race after this. 10 seconds now. No wire, only fan. That's Gage Battle. 50 racers are registered with 3, 2, and they are off, making their way through the Plinko. And it's going to be the King of Chaos and Darlink first off the block as they are neck and neck. And oh my goodness, almost going into the very beginning of the race. These two could be dogfighting if they keep it, but Scoop Lindsay's going to take the lead. Oh no, a lot of our racers are falling off the track here. Who is still on the track? We're looking at Nybach, How Intensive, Theater Monkey, trying to make it into the Tunnel of Hell. There's Gitpul Xander and Theater Monkey making their way in Nybach, How Intensive, the Buck Ledwin, Nemiko, and the King of Kales. As Gitpul Xander goes under the stair step, shuffles now. A very dangerous part if you're going very lateral. Gitpul Xander overshooting and slowing down quite a lot. Nybach taking the lead. Undershooting, not overshooting there for Nybach. Open Bayou's Local Ghost is just behind Nybach. Gitpul Xander, Judy, Booty Bound, and That Punk 1. Mighty Mike, Captain Jack, Nemiko, Ledwin, B. Coford, and Mira Wiener. Some of your front pack who are fighting for the top 10. Trying to get some points here in LFG. Nybach just ahead of Open Bayou's Local Ghost. Ooh, that's going to be a bad stop for Nybach. Oh yeah, that's part of it. Open Bayou, I guess, had a good pop there. Nybach and That Punk 1 are about neck and neck as they make their way into the reservoir there. And That Punk 1 overshoots it as Nybach makes it well into the reservoir. No problem getting escape velocity there. There's your race leader, Nybach, making it into the titular Raging Pin. There's Captain Jack. Now our racers want to get pushed into the funnel below you, but you do have to be blasted up by the Raging Pin. There's Nybach, showing them how it's done.
And he makes a mess. I take it easy.
All right, Nybach is now making it off the block on the funnel here, looking for a first place spiral shape, trying to contest that first place. But a little under 2 minutes, Nybach is your winner here. Photo finish for second, it'll be Darlink, followed by the King of Chaos and Spiral Shape in fourth place. Fournier, Blaze of Glory, Ledwin, and Ben Game Plan make your top 8. That Punk 1 and Mighty Mike gonna get 9 and 10. A minute 45 on that big red clock as all of our racers are trying to make it out of the Raging Pin here. It's our penultimate race of the evening.
2 steps forward, 2 steps back. We come together 'cause I was in the track and you know it ain't big.
We've only got 3 racers left in the track. It's Sergeant Sunday, Crisco, and ICU. All of them look like they've gotten funnel moves, and it looks like ICU is going to get some last place point. Some last place point action. There we go. There we go. Congratulations go to Nybach, Dar Link, and the King of Chaos, your podium on the Raging Pin, our 15th race this evening. 50 racers entered in, only 21 of them finished. The top 10 include Spiral Shape in 4th place, leading on Fournier, Place of Glory, Ledwin, Ben Game Plan, That Punk 1, and Mighty Mike in 10th place. Scrolling through all of our racers here, it's going to be ICU in 21st place, getting that last place point. Congrats to ICU and everyone who makes marbles exciting. Who makes the adventure of marbles exciting? Look at all of our DNF friends. Oh, we hate to see it. There's so many. All right, we've got to get loaded up for our final race of the evening. Give me a second, folks.
Push me, and then just touch me, till I can get my satisfaction.
Push me, and then just hurt me, till I can get my satisfaction.
All right, we are loaded up into our penultimate race of the evening. We'll get it started in just a moment, but I do want to give you some final words here. Get them all out of the way right now. As I start a 2-minute timer on Castle Siege, our final race of the evening. A couple of things I want to get out there. Thank you to everyone who subscribes over on Patreon, patreon.com/LFGX. That's 4 characters. It's so easy to type. If you want to support this directly, you can do it over there. You can get access to the back catalog of marbles, get a little bit of inside sauce, and really, if you want, you can influence this program. 1:30 to join us. Of course, our friends over at Spilled Coffee Workshop, spilledcoffeeworkshop.com. Make sure you check them out. Thank you to them for supplying our season gift for our season champion. Of course, check out the website, marbles.win. That's got absolutely everything you could possibly be looking for right now. It's got the email list, it's got the Discord, it's got the schedule, it's got the stats, your real-time stats, it's got our historical stats, it's got our winners circle, where you can see all of the winners from past seasons. Everything is there. So make sure you check it out, marbles.win. All right, folks, it's time for our final race this evening. On Castle Siege, you've got 1 minute to join us here in the final race tonight. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Of course, if you are enjoying this so much you say, I can't get enough, make sure you join us next week, January 27th, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Dumb Guy 420 in the chat is saying, Bryce, what kids? You were supposed to make my marble 20% faster. What Dumb Guy 420 doesn't know is I did make it 20% faster, and still did that. Can you believe it? We got 30 seconds really quickly. Let's take a look at who's top scorers today. We'll take a look at the league at the end of the race. 22 seconds left, but really quickly, Starlink and Ledwin, your big movers today so far. ICU and Paolo, Mechaholic and Miravina. 13 seconds now as the Sailman squeaks in with 10 seconds left to go in our final race of the evening. Goodness, I hope I can hear any of it. 3 seconds now, 2, and they're off on Castle Siege. This is our final race of the evening. This is our customary final race. This is a special castle-themed track. Our racers are going to drag race their way down this castle walkway. There are a few features about this walkway that make it especially interesting. One thing you'll notice is that, there's a bunch of invisible shit on there sometimes as well. But you'll see raised portions on the track there, and you'll be seeing our racers are bouncing off pretty wildly. Those are actually bongos. Those make our racers go at a 45-degree angle. It's a really slow path to take. You don't want that. You'll also see orange energy beams. Those are increasing our racers' momentum if you're going... my thing is dying. Oh, I can't hear the race. Okay, this is going great. The orange energy beams, if you're going backwards, they make you go backwards faster. If you're going forward, they'll make you go forward faster. Why is there a bunch of invisible shit on the track? Max Power, I saw that. I don't like that happened to me. Waylaid X and Bobcat are neck and neck, and they are leading on this race just behind Magical Objects, who has, as you can see, a great straight line. That's all you need is one good straight line and not a lot of debris. Waylaid X and Bobcat are really going to fight neck and neck for this. Oh, debris is going to stop Bobcat in his tracks. Max Power and Crisco in the mix as well. Mailnum Darlink Some of them are trying to get close, but Waylaid X is on a great line. Is centered, is only going slightly to the left here, but has does not have very long left in the track to go. Waylaid X is now being targeted by the debris, but just a great straight line, high speed terminal velocity for Waylaid X, making it into the final stretch here of Castle Siege. Waylaid X, with a time of 1:53, is going to be your winner. We go to the back of the pack now to see who could possibly finish this race in last. Keep an eye on the right side of your screen for your top 10 as they make their way in. Keep an eye on the right side of your screen for the DNF, just in case we miss them. There's a Stephen Heck line in the background coming to John, calling all of our racers. Ledwin is on a really good line here, but I wonder if they will hit any debris. This is probably not going to be good for Ledwin. Our racers usually can't outrun the Stephen Heck in a straight... There we go, in a straight sprint. B. Coford now going forward. Princess Dagger and Box on PC also trying. Blaze of Glory and Miravina, Max Power, and FLS Carnage all getting stuck a little bit. Kinlan as well, with 49 seconds left on the clock here. We're going to see some of those backpack as they get bloodshed. There's carnage, mayhem, just mass destruction in the back of the pack here. 32 seconds left on the big red clock as Spiral Shape gets stopped. Oh, this is so bad for Spiral Shape, who's now going backwards. That's a DNF for Spiral Shape. Nemiko bouncing off the sides of the wall here. Nemi, let's see what you do here. B. Coford still in the mix. 20 seconds left to make it to the finish line. B. Coford might make it. I don't know if Nemiko can make it. We've got 12 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. There we go. Congratulations go to Waylaid X, Mailnum, and Sergeant Sunday. Your podium on our final race this evening. It's called Castle Siege. Top 10 rounded up by Grey Malkin 13, Little Bean, Pro Beast in 5th, Stashman 2 in 6th, How Intensive in 7th, Bobcat in 8th, Prisco 762 in 9th, and the Sailman taking that last place, 10th place point. Congratulations in 34th place. We're going to give that last place point to B. Coford. Congratulations for that. Thank you everybody for joining us. Let's load up your standings at the end of LFG Marbles Season 5, Week 2. Your league leader is Mechaholic with 66 points, just 1 point ahead of second place on the Donner with 65, ahead of Darlink with third, 64 points. 62 for Mailnum in fourth, Princess Dagger in fifth with 61. How Intensive, Malvinius, and Manibear all have 60 points. Ninth for Vuff, 58 points, and Night Attack. Oh, Night Attack in 10th place with 54 points. Top 15 rounded out by Ledwin, Scoop Lindsay, The Buck, The Ben Franklin, and ICU. Let's take a look at today's top movers and see who made the big moves today. These are your top scores for week 2 only. Your big movers today include Darlink, Ledwin, ICU, Paolo, Mailnum, Mechaholic, Miravina, The Buck, Princess Dagger, Mad Scientist Kel, Tom Train, Judy, Bootybot, Sergeant Sunday, Waylaid X, and Spiral Shape. Let's take a look at the marbles on street. Well, this was a Grand Prix, so it kind of it does its own rankings. If you're interested in that, let's take a look at these. In third place, it's going to be Mechaholic, followed by Waylaid X in second place, and Darlink today. Well, let's see. How does that compare? Darlink, Waylaid, and Mechaholic, Mailnum, Princess Dagger, Ledwin, Miravina, Paolo, Time Change, I'm going to take a look at this. Let's see, because I think there might be some Darlink, yes. Waylaid X with 2 wins, but it was only 14th place in our standings. Okay. Mechaholic, let's see, is 6th place today, 3rd place in Marbles on Stream. Okay, interesting. Thank you, everyone, for joining us one more time. Patreon.com/LFGX. Of course, you can go to our friends over at Spilled Coffee Workshop and check out their handmade acrylic goods from Summon Diamond Club's own. Of course, website is marbles.win. Got all of the information there. Please make sure you check it out, and make sure you check us out next week, January 27th Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you so much for joining me. It has been a blast to marble with you. We will be back next week. I hope you have a good rest of your Friday and weekend.